You felt it. That moment in a video when someone stops smiling, looks down, and says, "I wasn't going to talk about this, but..." And something in your chest shifts. You lean in. You trust them a little more than you did 30 seconds ago. But what if that moment wasn't real? What if it was written, rehearsed, and placed exactly where it needed to be? Not because they wanted to open up, but because they knew what it would do to you. Let's talk about the fake vulnerability trick and why it works on almost everyone, even when they know it's coming. Here's the stat that should stop you. Research on parasocial relationships shows that a majority of Gen Z viewers report feeling genuinely close to creators they've never met. Not "I enjoy their content," close, like a friend. And the single biggest driver of that closeness isn't talent or production value, or even consistency. It's perceived vulnerability. The moment a creator seems to drop the performance and show you something real. The problem is, for a lot of creators, that moment is the performance. So how does this actually work on your brain? Let's get into the mechanism. Trust, psychologically, is built through something called self-disclosure reciprocity. When someone shares something personal with us, a fear, a failure, a secret, our brain registers it as an act of closeness. It's the same mechanism that makes you trust a friend more after a late-night conversation, where they finally admit something they've never told anyone. Vulnerability signals. I'm lowering my guard for you. And when someone lowers their guard, our instinct is to lower ours too. Creators who understand this don't need an actual close relationship with you. They just need to trigger the same neurological response. A shaky voice, a pause before a hard sentence, eyes that well up but don't quite cry. These aren't accidents. They're some of the most reliable trust-building tools in front-facing content. And once you've seen someone use them once, you start noticing the pattern everywhere. This is what we're calling simulated vulnerability. It's not that the creator has no real feelings. It's that the moment of opening up has been engineered for maximum emotional impact, often edited, often reused, often timed to hit right before a call to action. Let's break down exactly how you can spot it. 4 signs. Sign 1. The vulnerability always has perfect timing. Real emotional moments are messy. They come out at the wrong time, mid-sentence, without warning. Fake vulnerability, on the other hand, almost always lands at a narratively convenient point. Right before a product mention, right before a like and subscribe, right before an emotional peak that the algorithm rewards with watch time. If someone's most personal moment consistently lines up with their most commercial moment, that's not coincidence, that's structure. Sign 2. The vulnerability has 0 follow-up cost. Genuine vulnerability usually comes with consequences. Awkwardness, a changed relationship, a version of yourself you can't take back. Watch what happens after the vulnerable moment in a video. Does the creator ever reference it again? Does it affect how they act in future videos? Or does it just disappear, replaced next week by a new vulnerable moment about something else? Real disclosure lingers. Performed disclosure resets. Sign 3. The delivery is suspiciously polished for something unplanned. Watch the language. Genuine emotional disclosure is full of stumbles, half sentences, backtracking. Simulated vulnerability tends to be oddly well structured. A clean 3-act mini-story, with a setup, a low point, and a resolution, delivered almost like a monologue. If someone's raw, unfiltered moment has a clear beginning, middle, and end, ask yourself how unfiltered it really was. Sign 4. It always ends in a lesson that flatters you. This is the subtle one. After the vulnerable reveal, most creators pivot to a takeaway. And that takeaway usually validates the viewer. And that's why I realized none of us should feel behind in life. It feels supportive. It feels like wisdom. But notice, the emotional low point exists specifically to deliver a payoff that makes you feel good, which makes you associate that good feeling with them. That's not manipulation in the cartoonish sense, but it is a mechanism, and mechanisms can be used with or without honesty. Now, here's the part that makes this hard to talk about. None of this means the creator is lying about their feelings. Someone can have genuinely struggled with something and still choose to present that struggle in the most emotionally effective way possible. Vulnerability and strategy aren't opposites. That's exactly what makes this trick so effective. It doesn't require deception, just packaging. And packaging works. Because your brain isn't built to distinguish between a person who trusts me enough to be vulnerable and content engineered to feel like a person trusting me enough to be vulnerable. Both trigger the same warmth, both lower the same guard. This is also why parasocial trust with creators can, in some cases, outpace trust in actual institutions, banks, doctors, news outlets. Institutions are built to be neutral, procedural, a little cold. They were never designed to make you feel like you're being let in on a secret. Creators are. And in a culture where genuine emotional access feels rare, a well-timed crack in someone's voice can feel more trustworthy than a decade of institutional track record. That's not you being naive. That's your trust systems working exactly the way they were built to, just being pointed at something that learned how to trigger them on command. So here's the callback. Remember that moment we started with, the one where someone says, "I wasn't going to talk about this, but..." and your chest shifts. That shift isn't proof they're lying to you, but it also isn't proof they're not. What it actually is a signal that your trust circuitry just fired. What you do with that signal, that's the part that's still up to you. So next time it happens, don't shut it down. Just get curious. Does this vulnerability change anything after the video ends? Does it cost them anything? Or does it just conveniently arrive right when they need you to feel something? So, has a creator's vulnerable moment ever made you trust them more? And looking back, do you think it was real? Let me know in comments.